Do you want to know how you can get paid to watch TV and YouTube and potentially even earn up to $1,000 per month with media rewards, and if it's really worth it? Then this video is for you. My name is Michael and I've tested hundreds of different ways to make money online, and many viewers have asked me for an updated media rewards review. So therefore I decided to record this video where I will show you both the pros and the cons, because let me just reveal right away that it definitely has both, and then you can decide for yourself whether this is the right opportunity for you or not. So let's start by going over what media rewards is and what it offers. And first of all, it is an app, so you need a phone to be able to potentially earn. It's available for both iOS and Android devices. As for what it is, you can see that it is something where you don't have to actually use it actively. You can just leave it in the background and then you will earn rewards, for example, by watching TV, listening to the radio, or watching YouTube. And you will earn points by allowing this app to measure your exposure to TV, YouTube, radio ads in your surroundings. So you basically just have to click a button on your phone and then you don't need to do anything else. And what it then does is that it measures your exposure to ads, for example, on YouTube, in the radio, when you're watching TVs, all these different things. And this is what is then used for market research. And brands are using this to see if their ads is, for example, seen and heard. But of course, you maybe will ask, like, what exactly is it collecting? Because personally, something like this, where you're actually allowing the phone to listen in on your surroundings, there can be some concerns there. So let's go over what they say themselves that they are actually collecting. So the website itself says that it's designed to respect your data and privacy, and also doesn't use much battery. So it does not track voices or conversations. Audio never records anything. So that's what they say. I am not an expert that can actually tell if that is the case or anything like that, but you just need to be aware of that you do need to allow it to listen to your surroundings. But they do say itself that it is not going to actually track voices or conversations. Personally, if I had something like that on, I would still probably, not just sit and have a regular conversation, but that's just me. Again, if you want to dive deeper into that, you can read about it in the FAQ section, what it says. But it is mainly a passive way to potentially earn. You can also, by being active, sometimes get access to paid surveys. But what the main question here is, it's so easy. You don't have to do much. You can potentially actually win up to $1,000 per month, but how big are the chances actually of winning? Is it actually worth it? So let's talk about that next. So when you go to the winner section, this is where you can see the rewards. And you can see, for example, there was a bonus prize where a lot of people won $50, but you can also scroll down and see that there are some previously also that, for example, have won $1,000. So once in a while they have these, and they have also $100. So it can potentially give really great earnings. But as you can also see, it is called winners. So that means that you have to actually win the draw. So there's no guarantee you will earn. And this is very important to understand, that when you are using the app, you will accumulate points, and the points will then decide whether you can participate in this draw or not. And if you are then lucky enough, that's a matter of luck. So that's a very important thing you need to be aware, where many other passive income apps, they will offer you guaranteed earnings. They will not offer you potentially $1,000, but they at least you're guaranteed to earn. So that's something to be aware of. Also be aware that the exact rewards will depend on the country you live in. These are the countries where it is currently available. So you can see the rewards will vary depending on where you live. So that's also something to be aware of. And you can also see, they say this themselves, and that might not be clear when you first join. So that's why I want to point this out here, that, for example, they have different monthly price draws and tiers depending on your region there. So you will see a score at the end of the month. It determines your price draw entries, but only the top 50% will be entered in all price draws. So be aware of that you do need to be quite active, meaning you don't actually have to be active because you don't have to do anything actively, but you do have to use the app actively, so you need to turn it on quite frequently to get a chance of participating in as many draws as possible. But as it says here, it is like a lottery, but for free. Well, you do pay with your data, of course, so whether it's free or not, I guess that depends on how you define it. But yes, you don't have to pay anything, and you do get a chance to potentially win great rewards, but you do need to do it with the right expectations and know that there are no guarantee that you will ever earn. So whether media rewards is for you or not really depends on your expectations. Personally, I prefer using earning methods where you are guaranteed to earn, or where it's based on your effort. Like if it's passive ways to earn, then I want to know that I actually get to earn and not just rely on a lottery. But I must say that the rewards you can then win are definitely high, but personally I'm not a big fan of not knowing and maybe never actually earning. But maybe you feel lucky and want to share your information like this. That's another thing you need to consider. Do you feel safe about that? If you do, then it can potentially be a way to earn quite nice rewards, but there are no guarantees that you will ever win, and that is important to be aware of. If you are interested in other passive income apps where you are actually guaranteed to earn, I do have a list of the best options like that on my website. I'll leave a link to that below. And if you prefer just also reading, then I also have a written media rewards review, so I'll also leave a link to that below. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.